Morning, dear students. Now, in today's class, I'll be continuing with the same chapter, that is chapter number 16, Judiciary, which I was doing before your Puja vacations also, Now, before your Puja vacations, in the last class, I had mentioned about writs, where I had only done the explanation, as to what does writs actually mean. Now in that class I had mentioned there are 5 different writs, of which the explanation I'll be doing it today. So the writs are the habeas corpus, writ of mandamus, the writ of prohibition, the writ of certiorari, and the writ of quo warranto. So these are the 5 different kinds of writs, which actually can be issued by the High Court as well as the Supreme Court. So before going to explanation of these writs, again I'll just do a recap of what exactly does a writ mean. Now, though I've already explained what a writ is, so writ, in a simple language, if you have to explain, is an official order or a document, which can be issued by the High Court or the Supreme Court in order to protect your fundamental rights. So this I've explained already. So today I'll be starting with the different kinds of writs. Now see the first one. The first writ, habeas corpus. This means you may have the body. Now here the Supreme Court and the High Court, as I said, can issue this writ of habeas corpus. If a person who has been detained, means arrested, or you can say if that person is arrested and he has been brought to the court. Now the court finds out that that person who has been arrested or detained is not a criminal, means he has not done anything wrong, means he has been wrongfully arrested. So after it has been proved that the arrested person is actually not a criminal, he has not committed any crime, then what does the court do? He or they releases him at once, means he is set free. Understood? So habeas corpus is a writ which can be issued by the High Court as well as the Supreme Court, against the person who has been arrested, and if they find out, that is if the court finds out that that person has been wrongfully arrested, means he has been arrested for the crime which he has not committed. So in such a situation, if the court, if it has been proved that he is wrongfully arrested, he is released at once, means he is declared not to be a criminal. That is the first writ. The second writ is writ of mandamus. This is a Latin word which means we command. So by issuing this writ, the Supreme Court as well as the High Court compels, means forces the other lower level courts to perform its duties properly. Because like I said, we have Supreme Court at the highest, then we have the High Court, then we have the District Court, then we have other lower level subordinate courts. Now if in case the other lower level subordinate courts, they are not doing their duties properly, they are not performing properly, then with the help of this writ, the writ of mandamus, the Supreme Court and the High Court, they can compel the lower level courts, compel, as I said, means force the lower level courts to perform or to do their duties properly. That's the second writ. The third writ is the writ of prohibition. Now here, this writ is issued to stop an inferior court. Again, inferior court means the lower level courts, the subordinate courts. It stops an inferior court from hearing a case which is beyond its jurisdiction. Hearing means settling a case which does not come under its jurisdiction. Because there are certain cases which fall under jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, High Court and other lower level courts. Now, the lower level courts, they solve small petty cases, because bigger cases are taken to either Supreme Court or the High Court. So, smaller issues, smaller matters can be solved by the lower level court. But if in case these inferior courts, are settling or are hearing or solving cases which is not under its jurisdiction, then this writ of prohibition is issued or it's passed by the Supreme Court and the inferior court, asking the lower subordinate courts to stop hearing or settling those cases which actually does not fall under its jurisdiction. Then the next writ is the fourth one, the writ of certiorari. Now here, writ of certiorari, this writ means to be informed of what is going on. Means here, the Supreme Court and the High Court should be informed. They should be knowing, or they should be given the information as to what is happening in the lower level courts. By issuing this writ, the Supreme Court and the High Courts order an inferior court to hand over the record of a case beyond its jurisdiction, but which has been heard by it, and the judgment also has been given. So through this writ of certiorari, the Supreme Court and the High Court, what do? They demand an information. They want to be informed of what is happening in the lower level courts. Like I said just now in the writ of prohibition, if any case is being settled and the judgment also has been already given by an inferior court which actually does not fall under its jurisdiction, then the Supreme Court and High Court demands a record of the entire case, solved, settled by an inferior court. And actually that particular case does not fall under the jurisdiction of the lower level courts. So in such a case, what happens is the judgment which is given by the lower level court, the judgment is considered to be invalid. Invalid means which is of no use at all. Then the last writ is quo warranto. Now quo warranto means this writ is issued against a person who has wrongfully occupied an office, and the person shall or will be removed from office. So this writ of quo warranto is issued against such a person, who has wrongfully, you can say, occupied or is there in that particular post or that particular office, that particular position which actually does not belong to him. So in such a situation, that person is removed from office, that post or that position. So these are the 5 writs which are issued either by, you can say, Supreme Court or either by the High Court. In general, I told you, writ is an official order and document which is issued by Supreme Court or the High Court in order to protect your fundamental rights. And here you need to know the 5 different writs, and what does each writ state here. And I also mentioned these writs are issued why? In order to protect your fundamental rights. Because your rights are very important. No one can deprive it. No one can take away your fundamental rights. Is it clear? So till here for today. In the next class, just 2 last topics are left. Subordinate courts and your Lok Adalat. Is it clear? So thank you, class.